to the claims against him that includes a review of his own office and that he is apparently conducting. And now one of his accusers is slamming the impeachment investigation into the governor as a sham. New York Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis is standing by with reaction to that. But first to Brian Yennis live in Brooklyn for us. So Brian, now a reporter is speaking out about her interactions with the governor.
Sandra, good afternoon. That's right. Bloomberg reporter Valerie Bauman covered Governor Cuomo when she was 25 years old, and she writes that Cuomo never touched her inappropriately, but she said Cuomo made unwavering eye contact, writing, "He did make me uncomfortable, as did a lot of men in Albany. It felt like he was flirting with me, and I think that's because he was." This as former Cuomo aide Lindsey Boylan, the first woman to publicly accuse Cuomo of sexual harassment, is vowing not to cooperate with the state assembly's impeachment investigation of the governor. Boylan and critics point out the law firm Davis, Polk and Wardwell, picked to lead the impeachment investigation, has ties to the Cuomo administration. And the firm was chosen by Democratic Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie, who is notably not demanding Cuomo's resignation. Boylan tweeting, "Do not trust Carl Hastie. His impeachment investigation is not designed to be transparent or to move fast, and there's nothing Cuomo wants more than time." Cuomo's office has hired lawyers for its staff members and is conducting its own review of a groping allegation from late last year. Critics say this is an attempt to intimidate and also interfere with ongoing investigations. Sandra.
Okay, Brian Yennis on that story for us. Brian, thank you. John?
Sandra, for more on this, let's bring in Republican Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis of New York. Congresswoman, good to see you today. Deborah Katz, who is Charlotte Bennett's attorney, said this about the appointment of Davis Polk to be involved in this case. Quote, "We were alarmed to learn that Speaker Hastie has hired Davis Polk to assist with the investigation, given the connection between Dennis Glazer, who spent more than 30 years as a partner of Davis Polk, and the governor. This is an unacceptable conflict of interest. Glazer is also the husband of Supreme Court Chief Judge Janet DeFiore, who would be involved in any impeachment proceeding against Governor Cuomo if that ever came to pass. Your thoughts on all of this?"
Yeah, I believe the governor even appointed Judge DeFiore, and I think that this is certainly seems to be a conflict of interest here. Look, there's so many law firms in Manhattan, in New York State. Why choose one that has any ties to the Cuomo administration? So I certainly share that same concern. And I think that, as you mentioned earlier, with the impeachment being slow and the impeachment not being transparent, look, that's just the way Albany functions, and it's unfortunate. And nothing in Albany, unfortunately, is designed to be quick or transparent, and that is part of the problem and the reason why it's so dysfunctional.
As Brian Yennis pointed out, we also heard from Lindsey Boylan, who is the first person who brought accusations forward, saying in a tweet, quote, "Many of us have not put our whole lives on the line for this crap. I have not and certainly will not." Are the victims here, the alleged victims, being marginalized?
It seems that way, absolutely, and they have reason to feel that way. It seems that many in Albany are not taking these allegations seriously. I have more faith in the state attorney general, who is also of the Democratic Party, to put forward a more comprehensive investigation, just like she was able to do with the nursing homes, and was able to expose the fact that the governor had underreported nursing home deaths by 50% and underreported the positive patients placed in nursing homes by 40%. And that's the kind of investigation we need, one that's going to be independent and get to the bottom line.
There are a number of Democrats who are coming out either calling for Cuomo to resign or maybe be impeached, but he is also lining up supporters. Let's take a look at this press conference from yesterday with former Congressman Charlie Rangel with his Van Dyke and his cane standing shoulder to shoulder with Cuomo. Listen here.
When people start piling up on you and you're trying to figure out, is this the same country that says that you can make any allegation that you want to make, but due process and a hearing is basically what we believe in this country?
Making a point there, pointing that cane at folks, but is he right that there is due process that needs to be afforded to the governor?
Yes, there should be an investigation and there should be due process. And remember, when I called for the governor to resign, it was specifically related to the nursing home scandal, the fact that he underreported this information based on the Attorney General's investigation, and also that his own chief of staff admitted that there was a cover-up. They purposely obstructed justice, tried to keep away this information from the Department of Justice because they were afraid of an investigation. That is why I've called for him to resign, and I think others should join me at enoughcuomo.com. But what I'll say here is it's surprising that people from President Biden to Senator Schumer to Senator Gillibrand have nothing to say about what occurred in our nursing homes over the past year, and instead are so focused on just the sexual harassment allegations, which I think are, they're terrible allegations and certainly need an investigation, but they're only going to add on to the original reason why the governor should resign in the first place.
There's also the issue of group homes for the disabled, which I know that you're very interested in. You and a number of your Republican colleagues have signed on to a letter asking the Department of Justice to investigate the situation there. Nicole Malliotakis, Congresswoman from New York, good to talk to you today. We'll see you again soon. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sandra?